I've had so many different types of jobs. I used to be a hairdresser.
No, you're lying.
I was a barber.
See, it's different that you say barber. When you said hairdresser, I said Emmanuel.
I can imagine it. Sit down, I'm putting layers in.
Thank you so much for doing the pod, man.
Yeah, do it.
I really appreciate you doing the pod, bro. I'm a big fan, man. Your set at Apollo, where you talk about being, what is it again? Where you say you was a bouncer, right?
Yeah. Oh, banging gym.
That, bruv. You know how many people I've been gym and like, hey, bruv, it's one comic. You know comedy, right? You see my man. I said, yeah, man. He's like, you know him. I was like, I know of him. Like, we know.
Yeah.
I feel like we're black, so we just know each other. But, bro, yeah, man. Very funny, man.
That set. And so that's, I don't make stuff up. So that's pretty much exactly what happened. It was my friend Leon.
Yeah.
And it was the first night we worked with him. It was like, we had this new club and it was in Loughton. So proper Essex boys. And we took this club over because the door team were, put it this way, people were doing coke on the bar.
Oh shit!
Not even bothering going to the toilet. So
boy.
I was like, if I'm coming down here,
no, have some class, man.
Yeah. So I was like, if I'm coming down here, I'm coming down with my people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's me and my mate Phil went down there, and then we put the feelers out to a couple other people. I was like, who can we trust to come down with us? It's my pal Leon. Leon's from South as well, and Leon cracks me up because Leon's like proper yard man. You know what I mean? But he was a primary school teacher as well. Yeah. So he stayed so calm and he has such good patience. But as soon as that temper went, the yard come out. And it was hilarious. And then he was standing talking to one of his pals and he just gone, yeah, you still banging Jim? And like, what? What's that? And we just stood there laughing at it and it just stuck. And that's the thing, like with it's one of those stories where they're my favourite because you haven't got to change nothing.
Yeah.
Because you know it's like with comedy. There'll be some things you'll add a little seasoning on something just to make it.
It gives you get that.
Make it a little pop.
Laugh.
Yeah. And this is why I'm just gonna literally wrote this down. The amount of times something's happened, I was like, right, where's I need to write a voice. I need to write.
Yeah.
Bro, I got hit by a car. Right.
When was this?
About a year ago.
Yeah.
And literally, I was like, I've got to find my notebook. This is hilarious. Because I came in, I was like, I've just been hit by a car. They're like, you're right. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. The car's fucked.
is how you find the humour in the stuff that is dark, where you're like, I could have really got hurt, you know?
Yeah.
But this is going to give me a good 15-minute bit.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I've done that before.
There's loads of bit, and it's hard to take that situation seriously because in your mind you're already on stage telling the joke.
Yeah. It's fucked as a comedian because we kind of look for like the tragedy to happen, but also knowing that you're like, it is tragedy. I can turn it into joy.
Yeah.
But I do need some drama going on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need a little something like when life is getting a bit, I'm like, I need to spice it up, man.
There's times I find myself following my kids around going, can you like just fall over? Like, you're being selfish, now. Yeah. Just do something. And there's, the way I describe it, I heard this photographer say this. He was like, I don't see life how it is. I see life how I would take a picture of it. Ooh. And it's the same for us, where I don't see life how it is anymore. I see how I would tell it as a joke on stage.
Yeah, man.
So it's kind of hard to take everything seriously, but then the stuff that I don't find funny that I do take serious is the one that will hit home more and takes a lot more to then go right about. Yeah,
of course. I met you very briefly in Edinburgh. I don't know if you remember this.
It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
This is the first time.
Yes.
Because this is only the third time we've met.
The third time?
This is the third time. We
Where
did
we
Edinburgh.
Before that?
No, it was at Edinburgh.
I met you in Edinburgh.
And then Backyard, what's it called? Comedy Club.
Backyard?
No, up the creek. You were hosting a show and I came down and did 10 minutes. I was there for like 20 minutes.
Oh, I don't remember that, you know.
That hurts.
Sorry, bro. I'm not gonna listen. I'm one of them people. I can't hide my.
I got.
You know, some people like, yeah, of course, man. Because you'll be like, what do you think of my set that day? And I'm like, oh.
I got a picture of us too. I wrote it down in my journal. I was like,
At the creek?
me and Mo met today.
No way.
He said we're like brothers. He promised he'd call.
This is at the creek?
Yeah. This was ages ago.
Wait, no, hold on, wait. Did I have a high top?
No.
No, short hair.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I'll be real, man. I can't remember, you know?
I was literally there for about 20 minutes. This is a while ago.
Yeah.
This is a good couple of years ago. I'll find on my phone because I kept it. It's on my Insta. It was definitely a couple of years ago, but I was there for like 20 minutes.
Where did we take the picture? Upstairs or downstairs?
Downstairs.
I can't remember, you know?
I was ages ago.
Yeah, but I normally remember though, man. So sorry, bro. At least you know I keep it real though.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm not what because you see what it is, yeah? Sometimes you meet people and you say, yeah. And bro, I've seen people lie to my face. I say, yeah, man, I didn't do that time. And they're like, yeah, I remember, man. Yeah, you did it. And I'm like, yeah, I know you're lying now because we've never met, bro. So, yeah, but no, but hold on. No, oh my God, it wasn't you. It was Andy Peters. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Do you know what? So this is the thing, and I was going to record this and put it out. You see, the worst is when. So now I got to the point where I started getting recognised.
Yeah.
But not enough for it to be frequent for me to not have my guard up.
Yeah.
Because now I'll get people going, no, I recognise you.
Yeah.
And then I have to wait to see if they do recognise me or they just secretly racist.
I still get that now, though, bro. I know you. Where do I know you from? I don't know, you know. I do comedy. Comedy?
Yeah.
What's your name? And you say your name, you're like, okay. And you're like,
I'll look out for you.
That is one of the most awkward interactions I have. Have you ever been somewhere and someone pulls out a phone and they're like, wait, stay there. I'm gonna call. Blah blah blah. Have you had that one?
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't wait for this. Like,
bro,
it's weird.
The most underwhelming feeling that the person gets. Where I've been on a train, one guy was like, yeah, no, I'm with him now. Look who it is. Oh, hey, all right. I was like, please, man. I felt so embarrassed for me and them and everyone involved. But your beginning is quite interesting, right? Because you teach dance, right?
I've done so many different types of jobs.
Really?
Yeah. So even before being a bouncer, my thing was musical theatre. Like, I love the theatre. And so when I came out of college, that's what I wanted to do.
What college did you go to?
I went to Barnet College.
You went Barnet?
Yeah.
You're really North London through and through, man. Who's your football team?
So here's the thing, I don't have one.
You don't have one?
I play rugby.
Okay.
So, but even still, Saracens, North London.
Oh, they're North London?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I know the name, but I didn't know they're from North London.
Yeah, Saracens, North London.
Okay.
I tried to get into football, but I was so bad at it.
Yeah.
And there were so many players, I couldn't remember everyone's name.
Yeah.
And then when I was at school, it was either Tottenham or Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I'm just hearing people arguing, and I'm thinking, going, you've both got valid points.
Yeah.
I don't know who to pick.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I don't care. I went with Arsenal because those are the players. Like, this is like Ian Wright days.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Ian Wright, Sol Campbell. Ian Wright, Sol Campbell, David Seaman, Thierry Henry are the only players that I could probably tell you that I could recognise.
You're probably an Arsenal fan then, if you know those names.
But
off the top of the hat,
not enough. The only time I've been to an Arsenal game, I went with my pal Huss. It's Arsenal versus Galatasaray. I remember that. And we had box seats. Yeah. And I'm used to the rugby where we can drink everywhere. Yeah. Football, I literally took a step out. Everyone swarmed. I was like, it's only Budweiser. It's not even a real beer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then, because I play rugby, I couldn't take the game seriously because someone would like trip over and start rolling around. And I just got psyched. I was like, oh my God, is he okay? Yeah. I was like, everyone stop. Is he going to be okay? No, this is too far. We all need to calm down. But he just got hit on the shoulder. I don't know if he's going to make it.
So like, you're from North London, yeah?
Yeah.
Studied at Barnet College. You studied musical theatre at college.
I did maths, I did sports studies, I did geography, and then on the side, it was all musical theatre. Then I came out of that and I started going to Pineapple Studios. I thought that's where everyone goes to.
Yeah,
So
that's around the corner from here, right?
Covent Garden.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine, he left college and went into IT. And he was saying to me, dude, go IT. You'll never be without a job. There's always going to be computers.
Yeah.
So I've had so many different sales or consultancy roles within IT, just back and forth all over the years. Because you're always going to need it.
Yeah, you're always going to need a computer for something.
And then
better,
in between like doing dance contracts or shows. And then I did one in the West End, so I was out for like 2 years. I lived in Berlin for a year doing that.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've gone around everything, but in between contracts, you got to try and find work. So because you know that that's your goal, everything you'll do any job.
Yeah.
So because of that, I've had so many different types of jobs. I used to be a hairdresser. I was a barber.
See, it's different that you say barber. When you said hairdresser, I said Emmanuel.
I can imagine it. Sit down, I'm putting layers in.
She's a hairdresser.
Yeah.
So where does this hustle come from? As much as I know, like the artistry of like the job that you do, so you have to find it. But where does that stem from for you?
The hustle, I believe, comes from necessity. Like, when I was 18, I had this job going door to door selling loyalty cards, and it was commission only. And you learn a very big lesson then, because if you don't work, you don't eat. Very, very simple.
Yeah.
And your pay is directly relative to how hard you worked. And that taught me a lot. And when we were kids, we didn't have loads. Like we weren't by any. See, when Dave Chappelle is gone, we weren't poor, but we were poor. We looked poor around other families that lived there.
Yeah.
It was very much like that. So, and I got 5 older sisters as well. So there was a lot of us in the house. So everyone had to contribute. If you wanted something, I didn't have the luxury of going to my mum saying, "Can I have £20 for this?" And plus, Nigerian, I've got to explain why I need that £20 and what purpose this is going to have. And then I would get to sit down and explain to me, well, Jesus was all I needed. So
you need God.
Yeah, that's it. You need Jesus.
I hear that, Mum. I'm trying to go outside.
You mean I just want to go and play? I just want these jeans.
Yeah.
But you have jeans. Like, I want new jeans. Like, Joe, I don't even want them anymore. It's fine. I wear shorts. It's good.
Yeah.
But because of that, you get this sort of self-reliant that if you want something, you have to go and work for it. So even as a kid, I'd find any way that I was able to go and earn money. So like, I think I could only been like 12, going around my neighbours, washing cars. For a very, I remember £2.50 I used to chuck.
£2.50. Oh, listen, man.
Of course they all said yes.
Yeah.
I was an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm like, please, sir, can I wash your car for £2.50?
£2.50.
£3.50 for the inside as well.
Yeah.
But at that age, you sort of making a little bit of money. So, and plus, it meant that I wasn't bothering my mother for money because she had her own stress. She didn't need me asking for stuff. So because of that, you build a work ethic. If you want something, you have to go work for it.
So where does then the love of musical theatre come into this? Because you've mentioned you've got 5 older sisters as well. Did that play a part in your love for musical theatre?
Oh, God, yeah, all of us. So Sound of Music was probably the first film that I can remember going, this is amazing. And I think because they had so many kids, and we were like, oh, it's us, just white and ushering. Like that, you see yourself in that family, and we knew the dances, we knew the songs, and then you had things like Annie that came out, Little Shop of Horrors, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, all of these things that came out, and you just sort of lost yourself in the music and the hilarity of what was going on. And plus, like Little Shop of Horrors had people like Steve Martin in it that I'd followed. Rick Moranis in it, who's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So it had all these people that you'd watch doing other comedies, because I've always loved comedy. Yeah. And then you get to see them doing this, and it sort of just kicks off that not so much need to perform, but you love it because you're imitating what you're seeing.
Yeah. And where does that come into you now wanting to then study it? Because I know you like like I grew up loving like rap and hip hop, but then I don't do that as a profession.
Yeah.
Just that I like it from the outside.
Yeah.
Where did that then come in for you to then say, well, I want to pursue a career in this? Because I always say with musical theatre, it's like you have to act, but then you've got to know how to dance and you've got to know how to sing as well. It's very demanding, and like when I'd done performing arts, but I'd look at that side of it and I'm like, right, that's tiring, boy. You might not even be the lead, bruv. Like you might just have one part. And
sometimes the lead's the easiest part. Like if I was to pick a role now, I'd be Mufasa in The Lion King.
Yeah.
Because that's 9 minutes of work every day. Then you get thrown off a cliff. You go and sit in your dressing room and do nothing till you have to bow. Like, but you get ensemble or you get swing who have to learn everybody's parts. So it's just because you like the main role, you might not have to work as hard as someone like swing who has to learn 6 different people's roles. It's nuts. But yeah, it was the buzz of performing. And I remember I think the first time I played Rivers of Babylon on piano at a school concert. And I mean, I look back now and go, it was terrible. But I remember at the time, like that buzz of performing, I was like, this is amazing. Yeah. And then I could dance. So you took that and then you'd go out, like we go clubs. And this is like, remember like Kid and Play when they're like, oh, we've got some moves for this one. Yeah. This was like the original, like, oh, we're going to have a dance off. We're gonna have a battle. Yeah. It was Step Up era. I'm going to go out and there'll be another group of people that were dancing. Then you go over and then you do your thing. And it would be like that, even that buzz of performing there where everyone's watching. And I just loved it. Yeah. I just absolutely loved it.
So can you dance?
Yeah.
Like so you can really throw it down.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I don't.
You can't see it, can you? You're like, how?
I'm trying to see it. Because it's like when you said the hairdresser, I was like, a hairdresser? But like, so what, like, if we was in a club right now, and there was a circle, you're like, I can fucking take him.
Even now, there's certain jams, if they come on, I'm like, I've got to, it's not my fault. I'm going to need you guys to move.
Swear?
Yeah. My niece's wedding, and you think, all of her friends are all dancing, they start putting some old school songs on. And I hate that fact when they say old school songs, because I'm sitting there going, I remember when these were just songs.
Yeah. Now it's in the old school category.
Why you bait me up like that? But they were all two-stepping. I was like, you're not doing it wrong. I was like, I can't have this. And I was like, you got to move. And I just let loose. I was like, this is how you do it.
Swear.
Yeah.
See, now I think I can. And I can dance. But like, I've gone in the middle. And I remember at one party, I was like, yeah, man, I got in the middle. And I was like, right, this is getting real, man. People are really expecting things from me. And I was just fucking around. Yeah. So like, you ever do competitions, like breakdance competition, anything like this?
So we went to, well, no, not breaking, but we've gone to, they weren't like official, because there's not so much competitions. It's like dance meets. Yeah. Like Just Boom in France. Don't know if they still do it. They did that every year. Yeah. And it'd be battles the whole way through.
And it's like everyone's sitting around the corner.
Yeah.
And
like
just clapping and stuff. Yeah. No way. I can't picture you doing that.
Yeah.
And you just come in. What was your kind of dance like?
If it was hip hop, right? Yeah. You remember like Step Up and You Got Served?
Yeah.
That was us.
Yeah.
That's all we used to do.
But are you like a body popper? Are you a break beat?
Body popper, popping, locking, hip hop.
Really?
Yep, contemporary. I did a lot.
We need to go after this one. I need to see this, man.
You see, remember the group Flawless that did Britain's Got Talent? Yeah. So a load of those, I taught them when they were kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And I saw Marlon a little while ago, like, because he used to come down to Pineapple and he's kept that going. Like, he's sick. Yeah, like, I can't do what he does, like, anymore. Like, he's kept that going.
So are you quite respected in the dance community then?
There's loads, people of that era will know me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Is this like you say for you, because I can't lie, I'm sitting there just like I need to see it, you know. I need to, after this is done, I'm like I need to see some videos, man. So that love of performing on stage, and I say anyone who dances in that, you know, because you know it's center stage. Do you know what I mean? You go into a circle, you're like, cool, I'm here to be center stage.
Yeah.
So that love of dancing, you know, how did that become a love of then doing stand up? Because I feel like
that was an accident.
That's a vulnerability as well. Do you know what I mean? So how did that happen?
So people have always asked me, have you always been funny? Have you ever had that question from people?
Yeah,
You've always been funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think of myself as, I've always been funny. I've just always enjoyed making people laugh.
Yeah.
And this, like, I've always loved comedy. And I remember watching, so this is where it started. And I was thinking about this the other day. Remember the first time you watched Beverly Hills Cop? And then you saw, like, well, even before that, The Golden Child.
Yeah.
Like, first we saw Eddie Murphy. At that point, I had no idea about stand-up. And then it was only years after that, when I was sort of like, I reckon maybe 12, 13, that someone showed me the Delirious video. And I was like, oh, he did stand-up.
Yeah.
And I went and watched Delirious, I went and watched Raw, and I was crying. I still watch it now, like all the way through. And then that sort of gave me love for telling jokes and seeing just how making someone laugh can make that person feel. And then even after that, it was when I saw Raw, and that's when I learned that Richard Pryor was a stand-up. Because I didn't know. I just knew he was a comedy actor. He was the guy in Superman. And then I went back and watched all of that, and I started seeing all of these people, and I started looking into stand-up and really, not even studying it, just I loved stand-up. And I loved what a joke, the energy a joke can bring to a room to change it. So if it's an awkward evening, a little joke will just flip that switch
and just change the mood,
and it will just change the mood. And plus, little things, it got me out of trouble. It worked when you're trying to sell something to someone. You crack a little joke and all of a sudden they're laughing. It worked as me being a bouncer. Do you know how easy it was to de-escalate a situation? You can't be angry and laugh at the same time. You look weird.
So
it followed through all of this. And then when my son was born, I thought I quit entertainment, because in my mind I was like, he's not going to have the same upbringing I had with the uncertainty. So I need to have a stable job to look after him, and I was good with it. Like this wasn't like, oh, damn kids, I've got to leave my dreams. Like it felt like that chapter had stopped now, and I'll start a new one. And that's when I went back into IT.
Okay.
And then there was a friend of mine, Christina Camby is her name. She got given a comedy course for her birthday, and we went to watch them do stand-up. 5 minutes at open mic per person. She was really good. She's a funny person anyway. And then afterwards, she was like, yeah, you should do it. Well, I'm not getting up there. I'm not doing a course. She was like, you don't need to do a course. Like, there's loads you can just go and sign up to an open mic. She was like, try it, because you've got so many funny stories. You're always making us laugh. So I was like, I said yes because I had a drink.
Yeah.
And it was a place in Liverpool Street, Dirty Dicks, sign up to do an open mic night. And I had like 3 weeks to come up with 5 minutes. And literally just from the first hit of laughter, I was like, oh, this is the one.
Yeah.
I was like, I live here now. And literally, it felt like everything that I'd ever done now made sense. Because still, I've never had to make anything up. They're just stuff.
They're just stories
that happens.
Yeah, of course.
It's been amazing.
And that was only that's 2015, right?
Yeah.
So that's what, 10 years ago?
Yeah. And it was, that first year, if I gigged more than once in a month, it was a lot, because I was still working. I had a newborn. So I couldn't be out every night going and do gigs.
How was that for you? Because I feel like once you start doing stand-up, there's this really like cool bug you get of like, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
You know, you're performing one place, I'm ready to get on. How was that for you? Because did you still have that while also just having a child, or was you did you kind of go with the mode of like, I've done the show, get another one next month, I'll get another one next month?
Yeah, because I had the bug and I had that buzz. But my child meant more. very simply.
Oh wow, that's
So
interesting.
it didn't bother me to not go and gig because at that point I wasn't expecting to take it as a profession. At the beginning, I was just getting a that buzz from performing again in a very easy way where I could just go, because I only really gigged in London as well, because I'm not going to travel up and down the country. I've got a newborn.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And then what was actually pretty cool was the power of saying no to stuff, because people would offer me gigs and I'd have to say no to them because I had the child. And it's like when you said no to someone, all of a sudden they want you more to come back. And and one thing that I did, because again, coming from a consultancy background, or I knew how the game was from me being in theatre, a lot of it is optics.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you first start, all the gigs, like, we're only looking for comics that have got 30 gigs under their belt or 100 gigs. I was like, I'm not going to write down all of my gigs I'm going to. I was like, that's long.
Yeah.
So I think my 4th gig was the Gong Show at the Comedy Store.
4th?
Yeah.
Bruv. Listen, anyone listening, the Gong Show it's an open mic night.
Yeah.
You walk on stage and in 10 seconds, if they're not feeling it, then you're off. So you got to survive until the gong
You got
plays,
5, you got to
basically.
last 5 minutes.
Oh, brutal. I've done it once and I was like, wow. You went 4 gigs in.
Yeah. And the best thing is I couldn't get gonged off. Because I played the game. In any comedy bill, the thought process is whoever's on last is the headliner, is the best.
Oh, that's how you done it.
Which is, it's just how people think.
Yeah.
Even though when you go to a pro club, the whole bill's headliner, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But in most clubs, especially like open mics, or you go anything below a pro level, the closer is who you imagine is going to be the best.
Okay.
So when I got to the store,
that's really smart.
yeah,
man.
I said to them, I was like, and it was all bullshit as well.
Yeah.
I was like, look, I've got some friends coming down tonight. If possible,
Yeah.
can I go on as late as possible? Because I don't want them to miss it. And they're like, yeah, it's cool. And they put me on last. And I was like, yes.
That is so smart.
And then when I came out, like literally, I was all in black. I looked, I was wearing the same clothes as the bouncers that were working there.
Yeah.
So when I walked out, the guy that had the card was sat centre stage. And what actually happened is I forgot what I was going to say. But I just glared at him because he caught my eye.
Yeah.
So I'm glaring at him now.
Yeah.
He's trying not to make eye contact. Everyone else starts laughing at him. I didn't speak for like 30 seconds because everyone's now laughing at him, getting just more awkward. And he just went, nah, fuck this. And he gave me the card.
Yeah.
I was like, right. Now we've got rid of that shit. We can start, can't we?
On.
And then I just did 5 minutes of just calm comedy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't get gonged off now.
Yeah.
But the best thing I did is at the end of the night, when they took the sign down that says Gong Show, I just got back on stage and I got someone to take a picture of me with a mic, with a logo behind me. And then that's what I would send to promoters. They were like, oh, we need someone who's got 50 gigs. I went, don't worry about that. I'll play the store. Just send them that.
Oh, that is so smart, bruv.
And
that is so smart. 4 gigs in. Bro, you know how long I was doing comedy before I'd done the Gong Show. And then I got to the end and it was a cheer off between me and, Na Jung.
Yeah.
And at this point, we're both still early in our careers and they're like, all you want to do is just perform at the store, because that would be the prize.
Yeah.
Of just like, if you win, you get to perform on an actual night.
Yeah.
And me and Nigel just like, hey man, you're really good, man. Well done. Yeah, you too. And I'm like, I just want to win, And then in the end, they just like, cool, like you both gone through, you both won.
Yeah.
But my God, that is one of the toughest shows. That is so. I'm so pissed I didn't do that, bro. Oh man. So like, you go from doing that. How was that entry then into comedy? Because it sounds like you then have the tools that most comics kind of wait to get after they've had maybe 100 gigs in. Like you've got the confidence, you've got the aura, but you've got the likability.
Well, so touch wood. I've never had a bad show. I've never died on stage. And I know it's going to happen. And this makes me really nervous now.
Yeah. Because
before every show, in the back of my mind, I'm going, is this going to be the bad one?
Yeah.
Even to the point, right? when I was on Live the Apollo, the first one, right? My agent, if you look at my face, if you watch that and watch my face as I walk out, because what happened moments before that, because me and him used to joke, what if I don't have a bad gig, and then we get to the Apollo, and that's the first gig I die at.
Yeah. And is that the guy I met you with in Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Yes,
So we used to joke about this, but because he used to try and send me to gigs that were notoriously hard for new acts, because he was like, "You've got to get that feeling." I was like, "Yeah, I know." But all it did was it gave me a good work ethic, because I'd get there early and I'd watch the crowd. I'd see how they reacted to other people's jokes, and then we kept joking about it. What if you get to Live the Apollo and that's the one that goes bad? Forgot about it. Fast forward, we get to Live the Apollo. I'm getting ready to go out, and he's gone, "Remember that time when you joked about you getting to the Apollo and that's the first bad gig? Have a good one." And I walked off. I was like, and welcome to the stage, Emmanuel Sonubi. See, I walk on. I was like, the nerves on that day.
Was you nervous?
Mate, I was back. Do you know when you're behind that sign?
Yeah.
My legs were going. I was like, dude, all you got to do is walk.
Because you don't get to see the crowd or anything.
Yeah, you see nothing. And that's, especially when you walk through that smoke and your brain starts messing with you, goes, you know you're going to trip over.
Oh, bruv.
You're going to trip over. You're going to look an idiot.
They're like, stand on this spot and action. They got the smoke and you're like, I can't see nothing.
I can't see a thing.
Yeah. What did that moment feel like for you?
It felt like making it. That was the first time that I worked for something and got exactly what I'd worked for. And it spurred me to want to do more.
Yeah.
Because that was the goal. I said from the beginning, I want to do Live at the Apollo. Because you think I was, 33 when I started. And again, the good shows have come because I had a lot of my bad shows doing theatre. I learned a lot of my stage mistakes doing theatre. I learned about timing and presence. All of that I learned in another industry that I could literally just walk on stage. And plus, being a doorman, it's all about presence.
Yeah.
So all of these sort of, I think that's the difference. If you come into something later in life, you're coming with experience of other things that a lot of comedians will have to learn. You think a comedian that started when he was 17 is not going to have any of that. They've got to learn through that process. Yeah. I was lucky enough that I got that somewhere else, and I was able to bring it to the stage here. But now this was like, I got the thing that I worked for.
And in a short space of time, because if you started 2015, we're in 2025 now, so that's like 10 years within the journey. And like, you've done Just for Laughs, for example, in Montreal, Adelaide in Austria, New York Soho Theatre residency. Like, some comics can be gigging for 20 years before they've even left the country to do stand-up. How do you find when you do stand-up in other places in the world and you're getting, that reception? Because not everyone does Just for Laughs. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you find that part of the journey?
It's amazing that you've gone somewhere else and they get you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I used to have this whole joke about when you're working full time. If you're working any job, you're not the real you at work.
Yeah.
Like you're the office version of you.
Yeah.
That's not. Do you know what I mean? You come out of work, take your little mask off. You crack on with who you really are.
Yes, of course.
And comedy was like this opening where I could literally just go and be myself. And it just felt amazing, especially when people get you and they go, "Do you know what? I see you."
Yeah.
Like New York was a trip because I was playing New York comedy clubs, and I called them up. I was like, "Look, I'm in town. Can I come do it?" I was doing unpaid open mics. I thought, let me just go and see if I can be around that crowd. Yeah. And I walked on, New York Cat, baggies. The moment I spoke, you could see all of them going, "What?" I was like, "Look, I'm gonna give you a minute to get used to this voice coming out of this face and this body." I was like, "It doesn't match. I get it. It's not what you're expecting." And they were just, that surprise meant that I could play on it. And then again, the theatre comes out, so you just you start being a caricature of yourself over it. And then like, I was just saying words. There was no comedy. I was just going bottle. It was, and then I was accustomed to their faces. But we're already laughing now, so it becomes fun.
You can do that in the States as well. You can get away with just like, Yeah, you guys look a bit weird, you know. But I feel like in America they love that. They love the interaction. I feel with comedy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how's it been for you when you go to places like Austria and stuff like that as well?
So I find myself working on my timing better. So the good thing about Austria, Paris, well, Copenhagen, so many different places where English is the second language. It was, and I'll tell you, the first time I learnt this, it was the Rotterdam Comedy Festival, and I was still quite new. I had like 20 minutes max. All the planes were messed up, so the promoter was like, "Look, can you do me a favor? Can you do a bit longer because the other act's not going to be here?" I was like, "Yeah, cool." And he goes, "And the other act's actually the MC. His flight's been cancelled as well. So do you want to do the whole show, and I'll pay you for all 3?" All I heard was, "I'll pay you for all 3 spots."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
Yeah.
And it was literally as I was walking there, I was like, "I've got 20 minutes, and I've got to do an hour." And I got on stage. I was like, "Look, I'm gonna be real with everyone. Thank you for coming, but there was meant to be 3 of us.
Yeah.
MC, middle, and then me at the end." I was like, "Now, here's the thing. Those people can't. They're not gonna make it. The flight's cancelled. So I'm gonna do the whole show. But there's a problem. I've only got 20 minutes. So I'm gonna do my set half the speed. I need you guys to laugh for twice as long." And we just made a thing out of it.
Yeah.
And literally, I tell a joke and I just stand again, no, bit more. Okay, let's go. And because that became a thing, but in my mind, I'm going, you've got to slow down.
Yeah.
Because one, they need to understand everything you're saying. And 2, you ain't got that much material.
Yeah, yeah.
So my timing became better. Then I just used it when I went any other country. Like Paris is, have you done comedy in Paris?
I done a show last year in Paris. And I was, I'll be honest, when I've gone to Paris just for like a trip, I was always a bit like, it's all right here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look how it does in the pictures. That was my first time I ever went there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, like, Parisians are very direct. But
yes.
They're like, you'd be like, "Oh, where is this place?" "I don't know. If you look, you can find it." And you're like, okay. That's extremely rude. Like, they don't.
But
they don't get it.
No,
They're
they don't get it.
"We don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you look, you can find it. I don't know." And you're like, all right, cool, bro. Like, so like, I kind of went into the show being like, and before I do shows, I don't really check up on how many tickets are sold, how many people are coming, because I also know like you can do shows where you're like it's 50% sold, and on the day it's sold out. Yeah. Or shows where you're like, cool, it is sold out, and then you turn up and you're like, right, there's like 20 empty seats. Yeah. So I think for me, Paris was always the show that I've done in Europe. I was like, I don't know what they're gonna be like. Do you know what I mean? How was it for you?
It's their reactions that crap me up because they're translating what you're saying and then figuring out if they find it funny. They sit on every word, but from the performer's point of view, they only laugh at the punchline, and it's hilarious to watch. Yeah. Like when you're on stage, like you can't take it seriously because it's too funny. Like I'm literally, because they sit there like that. You tell a joke and they go, ha 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 ha. And then go back to nothing.
It's like that's like when I was in Copenhagen.
Yes.
Copenhagen's very much like that. And I'm like,
reset.
I'm like, you don't fucking like this or not? Because I don't get it, man. Yeah, that was, for me, Copenhagen was like, did they do this thing where, I had this in Helsinki, yeah, where like, you're telling the joke, and as you're telling it, they're almost clapping at the setup before the punchline. Yeah. Did you have that? Yeah. How weird is that, bruv? So, your journey of comedy is really interesting because you played a lot of like festivals, and how comes you never really like delved into like the black comedy circuit?
I'll tell you exactly why. Knowing who to go to. Oh, okay. And then sometimes it would be Conflict and Diaries. But it's like, because I'll play any room. Yeah. I love comedy. And the thing is, when I go to shows and I see myself in the audience, it makes me so happy. Yeah. Like, because that's kind of like a lot of the jokes that I'll tell. Because I never really go into race, but I'll touch on it. Yeah. I'll touch it in a way where you got the black people in the room going, no, he's right, we saw that. And then you got the white people in the room going, oh yeah, no, I get it. And but sometimes it'll be for because like in America, a lot of their black comics are very black people do things like this and white people do things like this.
Yeah, of course.
Well, over here, it's very different because I could do a whole set on North London does it like this, South London does it like this. I could do Nigerians do it like this. You know what I mean? You could really, you can separate so much more. So sometimes I'll do a joke which is based on the ethnic minorities in the room as a collective.
Yeah, man.
So there's been so many places I've gone to go and gig, but then it's because I get put up for stuff, but it's like who's doing who's booking. Yeah. Because all of them I want to go and do. Because again, I love seeing myself in the audience. Yeah. And it's so nice when, oh God, there's this lady threw me, this Nigerian woman. She came with her daughter brought her. The moment, and this will be the hard thing, the moment she brought her over to see me, like I went into the 8-year-old Nigerian kid. I was like, I don't want to swear in front of her. Yeah. I was like, I don't want to do that. I might change this show. I was like, because she's gonna be looking at me, you know, and I don't. She definitely doesn't. But what if she tells my mum?
I feel like your route is really interesting in a way that you went to things like the Gong Show 4 shows in. Yeah. Which is like, I remember being starting off on the black circuit and looking at a show like that where you're like, oh, like, can I even do that?
So I didn't know there was a black circuit when I started. I didn't know anything about stand-up in the UK when I started. It was, for me, stand-up was stand-up. I had my goal of what I wanted to go to, which was, and I see you think, I must have been going for maybe 2.5 years at this point. And again, gigging once a month, if that. Yeah. And then I got with my agent around about that time. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to do Live the Apollo. And I always said, I don't mind how hard I have to work, but this is what I want to do. And we worked it backwards. How do we get there? Yeah. So I literally followed that route. And it was only along the way, because I did the Kobo night up in Birmingham.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah,
and this was Birmingham Glee. Yeah. And I was at there for the weekend, and someone, I think it was Nabil, wasn't able to make it. I said, like, oh, Emmanuel's in town. And that was like I think that was the first sort of black comedy night that I did. This was a few years ago now. Yeah. But at that point, I didn't know what was out there. Yeah. Because sometimes it's not what you're looking for, or it's not what comes to find you.
Yeah. I feel like for a lot of comics, especially on the black circuit, we can have this fear of like, I don't know if I want to, there's 100 people and it's a Gong Show. Yeah. Where it's like playing at Hackney Empire, 1,500 people would feel very normal. Yeah. So there would sometimes be this fear, and I'm only talking just regarding myself, where it was like, oh, like, can I play that room? Like,
it's the mainstream room as well.
Yes, yeah.
And there's lots of mainstream rooms, and there's certain things I hold issues with. There's certain clubs that have annoyed me as well with how they carry on. Yeah. And there's certain clubs that really make you feel welcome, which, because I wanted it normalized. Because you know how most bills you're going to have, if you've got 4 comics, you'll have the black guy, the 2 white guys, and the woman. Yeah. Like, and for years it was like that. And I hated it. Like, I wanted it to be normalized. And so, like, when you do find a club that does that, because I didn't want to come out and go, I want to be a black act. Yeah. I want to be a great act despite where I'm from.
Yeah, you just want to be funny.
I want to be funny. And I think with that example, the people on the mainstream, I want to use that so you guys start looking at everyone and going, we can relate to that too.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Of course.
Because there's, especially in a place like, well, you think of all the big cities, London, Manchester, Birmingham, they're so mixed. Yeah. They're so mixed. And again, I want to see more black people going to these mainstream clubs.
You have to take yourself to the people. Yeah. 100%, man. I totally agree. I think once I started doing some of those mainstream rooms, and I guess it's also like, you know, I think sometimes for the audience, like, I just wear a hoodie and a pair of jeans. And I think sometimes, I don't know if you've had this where you go on stage and an audience member they kind of look at you like, you're going to kind of have a feeling what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And I think the minute where I used to be like, like, you know, like my mum dances like this, it'll be like, oh, yeah. I thought we'd do the old, African Jamaican thing. And you're like, no, like, I'm going to talk about, my mum, my dad, my upbringing, my name. And I started realizing very quickly that, and Slim said it, he's like, funny's funny. Wherever you take it, funny's funny.
Yeah.
But also realizing that when the world that I had started off in and doing these big shows, and I was like, hold on a sec, if I performed, very early on to like 1,000 people at the Indigo, I can really do a show and I think it's interesting because I feel like you've done it almost like the other way of like going to do the smaller shows, and now you do like the Live at the Apollos,
You think when you go and play, like you see like how big, Hammersmith Apollo, you see the size of that place.
Yeah.
Energy spreads. When it's packed, I find that easier than going to a club where there's 30 people in there and they can all see you. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the difficult part.
Yeah.
And it takes you back to like, because doing a dance show, theatre's easy. There's 25 of us on the stage. I can hide.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You go to an audition where there's you and 4 people staring at you going, "Go, let's do this dance."
Yeah.
That's nerve-wracking. So it was like but I was sort of used to, I'd already played those rooms. So now me coming into this, it did make it feel a bit easier. But one thing, I personally think that when you go to a black night, I think they're harder because especially like you think, like Nigerians for one, I can only speak on behalf of my lot. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like if you're not funny, I am not going to laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they'll judge you with their eyes as you're talking to them. Looking around like someone's going to come and rescue them.
That's every black comedy show, boy.
Yeah. So I'm like, you've got to be good from the get go. You don't get that bit of grace to start warming up with.
Yeah.
And your content, it needs to be clever, because some of this, like, I talk some horrible shit about my kids because they can be idiots, as all kids can. But when I'm in I did this fundraising night for my sister, and the whole I think we had like 2 white people in there, and when I started talking about shit about kids, you could see the mums just like
They disapprove. Yeah. I used to have that when I spoke about my mum. And it wouldn't be bad about my mum. But I'd be like, like all mums are dickheads. And I'd be like, no, you can't say that about your mum, no. And I was like, it's just jokes, auntie, man.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're ready to go up to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, you'll be in Edinburgh. You'll be at the festival, right? What's Edinburgh like for you? Because I've done a small part of Edinburgh. I've done a half-billed show for 2.5 weeks. How do you find Edinburgh?
All right. I'm the wrong person to ask about Edinburgh because I've only had an awesome time.
Yeah.
Like,
I see you in Edinburgh.
It's mad.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. So, do you know, normally at the Fringe, about 10 days in, people start getting the Edinburgh blues. And, people start moaning.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I grew up doing 2 years of somebody else's show where I had to say the same thing that was written for me every day. Whereas now I get to go to the Edinburgh for 1 month and do my own show for only an hour.
Yeah.
This is a holiday for me.
Yeah.
I get to go to one place. I haven't got to drive up and down the country. I get to be in one place and do my show for the whole month. And then so this is my 3rd time I've been up to Edinburgh. The first time I went up there and I was nervous because they put me in a 120-seater room, which for for your first room,
fucking hell,
120 seater.
Just for context to anyone listening, is like the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, I'd say the average size might be 50.
Yeah.
Say about 50.
Yeah.
That's like the average. And most comics, first room, a calm 30's all right.
Yes.
Because you get a few maybe standing, popping in and stuff. So you had 120.
120. And in my mind, I was like, do you know what? If I get 20 people in, I'm good. It's fine. And that first night, we had, I think, about 90 people in.
Shit.
So that feeling became addictive because I was like, I don't want to go backwards now.
Yeah.
So literally every day I went out flyering. I was talking to everybody and I sold out the entire run.
Wow.
And then I got nominated for Best Newcomer.
Best Newcomer. Yeah.
So then I went back the next year And I was like, they put me back in the same room. And I was like, I want that feeling again. So again, I went out flying, and it sold out a little bit easier the second time. We did about 7 extra shows. They sold out. And then I got nominated for Best Show. So my experience of the Fringe.
That's your first run.
These are my first 2 runs. So
wow.
I got the nom for Best Newcomer, and then the year after Best Show.
And that is huge, because
there's 4 people that have done it in the whole of the Edinburgh.
That's sensational.
In like 40 odd years.
Yeah,
back to back.
And that's what you kind of work for, is getting that nomination.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As much as if you obviously financially, if you can break even or make a profit, it's great. But the nomination is like what really does it.
So this year now, I'm so much more relaxed because I just have to focus on the show. Yeah. Because I've done that part now. So now it gets to be just me and the audience. Yeah. So I'm going out there with so much little stress. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go flying. I'm going to do all of that again.
Yeah. You still do that stuff?
I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because now you're at a place where you can pay one of the students, man.
I'm Nigerian, dude. It's my money.
Fair enough. Fair enough, man.
Like and plus the audience get to know you before you've gone on the stage.
Yes, I believe
it's like
true.
emceeing your own gig before you've even done the gig. Yeah. And then the nice thing is, do you know, like you'll see some comics where how they are in real life is not how they are on stage. And people want to know, are they like that? Like, people have asked me about you. They're like, is Mo, what's Mo like when he's off stage? I'm like, Joy, he's got a terrible memory. Like, you might meet him and he'll say you're best friends. He'll say you're best friends. You're like, oh, we're like twins. We've got the same beard. And I'm like, yeah, cool. We're gonna be best friends. And then he'll forget you.
No, I remember. As we've been talking, I do remember now. I swear on my life, it was a Mo Gilligan and Friends show.
Yeah. Yes, I was gonna say Mo Gilligan and Friends because clearly we're not now. Mo Gilligan and Friends and this guy from North London.
But is it so? Like, because I meet so many comics and they go to Edinburgh. And there's a lot of comedians now that use social media and they're very much like against, things like Edinburgh. I'm not against it, all for it. I've gone there because I was like, I want to try it and see if it's for me. I just realized that stage in my career, my audience wasn't there. Yeah. But I feel like for you, it's probably the most perfect thing, because I feel like you are really an architect of your own design. You want to do the things that are the front-facing things of whether it's flyering and having your own show, seeing what people, think about it. But also, like, Edinburgh is such a tough experience, and you can go in it and it can spit you out. Do you know what I mean? 100%. Where you can just be like, I don't know if I want to do comedy.
I've seen it break again. People. I've seen people quit. Man. Like it is, and the people that are like a lot of the social media comedians. Yeah, they are kind of right, because the industry has changed. Like before, you went to Edinburgh to get discovered. Yeah. That's what would happen. Whereas now, you don't have to do that. Yeah. Like, you can be discovered online. The audiences, I find, are different. Okay. Like, I've seen comedians that have come through on TikTok that will sell out a run. Yeah. But the people that come to their shows are TikTok fans. So they haven't got the patience to sit and watch something for an hour. They're 30-second people. Okay. And then also, as a comedian, like, the way that you come through, where you've got work from a 5 to a 10 to a 20 to a 40, and then to an hour, you can hone that so you know how to go on and do an hour show. Yeah. Whereas a lot of the social media comedians that start on social media, it's an edited 3 minutes. Yeah. Which you can't do on stage. And all of a sudden, that like a long form joke, they don't get, I need quick punchlines. Now you've been talking for 12 minutes and no one's laughed. But it's because you haven't gone through that, or have someone teach you this is kind of what you want to do with that kind of long form stuff. The comedians that have got podcasts, that works really well, because your audience are people that can listen to something for an hour. Yeah. I find that works a lot better. And I guess that audience with podcasts, they're the ones that are listening, and they're not expecting a laugh, but they're also like,
You know, like you have those private in jokes.
Yeah.
That if you're a fan of the podcast, you
Yeah.
know, and fans coming to see the show are like, we're kind of waiting for that.
Yeah.
Like, where's Gary? Gary the cameraman. And you're sitting there like, what's going on? Who's Gary the cameraman? Oh, it's really interesting because I've never, like, again, I've not been to Edinburgh for a while, so like, it's really refreshing seeing someone talk about it in the positive because. You know, I know so many comics who are like, "Nah, fucking bro, man."
There's so many negatives though.
Yeah,
like the money
it
cost. The thing that does piss me off, and it's the thing that I draw my line at, is that it seems like everybody makes money apart from the act, which I think is bullshit. You think venues are putting their costs up, they're making money. The amount of money they charge for, like you go for Travelodge at any other time of the year and pay your £65 a night for your room. You go up in the Fringe and now all of a sudden it's £500.
That's wild.
Like, that's mad that you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, that is fucked.
So you're kicking out a lot of like real working class comics who now can't afford to go up. Because people are like, oh, it will stop at one point. I was like, I don't know if it will. No. It will just be full of people that can afford it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot more highbrow stuff. And I'm like, you're missing out on a whole group of people that have got funny stories to tell.
Yeah. I think it is definitely, I agree on that in a sense that I think Edinburgh, when I think of other festivals that happen around the world, they seem more accessible. I don't know if it's because of those places are bigger places and they can spread it out a bit more. But I feel like with Edinburgh, it's in a place that you would think, it's not hard to get there. You can get there through train, coach, or plane. Yeah. So we can all go there and get there. I just think that because how much they charge on, even getting there. You're like, I remember going there and a friend of mine gave me discount because he works for the trains, and telling comedians that, I got the train up. And he's like, the train? Wow. My God, you must be doing really well in your show. I was like, how the fuck did you get? He's on the night coach. Yeah. And I was like, oh, raw. Yeah. The hustle is that deep. Yeah. Like, do you go to that bar afterwards? What's that?
Which one?
They got that little fancy bar. You got to be a member or something.
Oh, there's the Abattoir.
Abattoir.
Yeah. That even sounds fancy, doesn't it?
Abattoir, bro.
Yeah.
So that's, for anyone listening, that's basically like the Soho House of the Edinburgh Fringe, isn't it? Yeah, you got to have a pass.
Yeah, or be with someone that's got a pass.
Yes, yeah.
And that's where a lot of people go to do the networking.
Yes, yeah. And
it's I mean, I've gone there. I've gone there every year. But again, it's like you said, you make your own. I do think you make your own environment. So I was like, wherever I'm at, that's my house.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go and sit, and I'm gonna chill and do my thing.
Do you do the networking stuff?
Yes, but not in the way. I believe in relationships. Like, have good relationships, but I think that relationship should be genuine. Like, if you're talking to me, this is the worst. When and you can spot these people a mile out. Yeah. They look over your shoulder. You'll be having a conversation with them, and someone will walk past, and they're like always looking for the next person they need to go and talk to. Yeah. So what I love doing, anytime someone does that to me, I turn around and like, who are we looking for?
Yeah.
We can both go and talk to them. Who are we looking for?
Yeah, it's like, hey man, how's it? Like, man, just you can go, Yeah. You can just say, bro, listen, I'm shouting a bit. I get some drinks.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Do your thing, man. You don't need to stay here. Tell me how hard your run's been, man.
Yes.
It's fine, bro. Go.
I want positivity in that. So with anything, like, I generally just keep myself to myself. I'm like that in green rooms. And a lot of it as well is because it's hard to trust people in this industry.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times, there was this one time I was in a green room, act come in, and everyone was like, oh, hey, how you doing? What's happening? How you been? Well, what you been up to? And then they left. I can't fucking stand her. And I'm like, wow.
Out in the open like that,
And a couple of things annoy me. One, that's how you act. So in my mind, I'm like, what are you saying about me when I'm not in this room?
Fucking hell, man.
And two, the fact that you said that around me, we don't know each other
We're not
well.
brethrens. Yeah.
So either you think I'm that guy as well that thinks there's like these people. Or you care that little about what I might say about this, that you're happy to say anything you want in front of me.
Yeah.
So now I've done it for a while, so I do find it quite hard to sort of I don't know that many acts because I keep myself to myself.
Yeah.
Just purely because of that. Because I'm like, and you see that in the abattoir. So like, if you start telling, I've literally seen someone get drunk, but privately, and then the next day everyone's talking about it. I was like, just let them do their thing, man.
Yeah.
Like,
it can be a bit of a chatty patty industry though. Sometimes where you're just like, what this person's doing and that person, and you're like I got my own vibes going on outside of this. You know, I got my own friends, my own family.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you need it. I think that's important. I think we've got to have one foot in the real world.
Yes.
Because what we do, this is not the real world. Like, if you break it down, our job, we go to work and every 30 seconds, a group of people tell us we're awesome. Like, if you let it, that will go to your head.
Yeah.
Because especially when you're doing your own tour or it's your show, people have come to see you. Like, it's easier to be great in front of your own crowd.
Yeah.
To go to another crowd and be good is much harder.
Yeah.
So when you're constantly getting praise, you believe the hype. And you do need someone to go, Joe. Like, my friends are like that. They couldn't give a shit what I do.
Yeah.
They're like, you're still an idiot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You got to have your friends to hold you down.
100%, man. I think your friends are so important to, like, where you are in your journey, but also just detaching yourself away from the job you do. Do you know what I mean? Having conversations that are not to do with stage time and this is going on and how's that thing for you? It's just like, what's up, man? You have a heart attack on stage.
Heart disease, heart failure.
Heart failure.
So I don't know.
Was he on stage?
Yeah.
This is like 2019, right?
I was in Dubai.
Really? Doing a show?
I was doing a show. It was for the Laughter Factory. And it was the last show of like a 10-day run. Like, we're flying back the next day. And I didn't feel great that day anyway. And then I got to the end of the joke, or the end of the set, and all of a sudden I just couldn't breathe. I couldn't get words out.
That is mad.
Ironically, it made the joke better because of the timing in between the first part and the last part. I was telling the banging Jim joke.
Yeah.
And so I just got to the part where I was like, normally I'd go, I'm gonna make you so wet, and I'll just bang Jim. I did it as one hit.
Yeah.
But then because I couldn't breathe, I was like, I'm gonna get you so wet, and they just laughed. I was like, right, I've got a second. So and I just banged Jim, and it got another laugh.
Oh shit!
And so
you're killing it on stage, and almost killing yourself on stage at the same time.
But the thing that I think saved me is I didn't know what was going on. Like, because a lot of time when you ever seen a kid when you go, oh, you're bleeding, they go, now I'm gonna cry.
Yes,
it's like that. If someone had gone to me, oh yes, because you're going through heart failure, I probably would have panicked and died then. But because you don't know, I had asthma as a kid, so it kind of felt like an asthma attack, but much worse than I ever remembered it. So I was like, right, just relax and just try to breathe slowly. Just be as still as you can and breathe slowly. And I was like that. But a few lucky things happened. When we got on the plane to fly home, I was sat next to two paramedics, and they were like, he's not okay. Because they wouldn't move me. And the paramedics were like, no, you need to give him, if you've got oxygen on this plane, he needs to be on oxygen.
So what? After the show, you start feeling bad?
No, during the show.
During the show?
Yeah.
So then you leave, the next day?
Yeah.
So what happened on the plane?
I was on oxygen the whole way back.
But what happened before you had oxygen? You just collapsed or something?
I was on the plane. I was towards the point of being comatose. Like, I was just nothing.
Really?
Once it started to deteriorate really quickly. Once I got on the plane, and it was because of the paramedics that were like, yeah, he's not okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it got really bad.
Oh my God, man, that's so scary.
Yeah.
And having it on a plane as well.
Yeah.
So then what happened after the plane? They gave you oxygen. What happened after that?
I got off the plane and they sort of wheelchair. I think the plane staff were just happy I didn't die. And they sort of wheelchaired me to, like, literally, like, gone bye.
Yeah,
and got me out of there. And then I got picked up and I went to the hospital. Because here's the thing. Here's the scary part, actually. So I knew I had a throat infection because I'd been to the hospital the week before.
Yeah.
And they've said, you had a throat infection. And it was a few days before, but I'd felt crap, like, for a couple of weeks. This has started to spiral. And I never got it checked out because we're guys and we're idiots.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you know, take some man-up pills, mate, you'll be fine. So I didn't bother. And then I knew I had the infection and I didn't have time to go to the GP before we went to Dubai. So I thought, it's a throat infection. It's a cold, innit? I'll get over it. So while we were out there, I used to smoke and I couldn't smoke because it felt like inhaling glass. It was so painful. And then the night before this happened, I started coughing up so much blood.
Oh, shit.
That in my mind, I was like, they're going to tell me I've got lung cancer and that's it. I was like, I'm dead now. And at that point, I'd actually just given up, which kind of relaxed me because I was like, in my mind, I know what it is. See, when I'm on the plane, I'm like, I know what's going to happen. So when we got off and they were like taking to the hospital, in my mind, I was like, what's the point? They're just going to tell me I've got lung cancer and I've got a few months to live. So I was so blasé about it that when we got there and I just sort of told them my details and just sat there quietly, I've never seen anyone admitted so quickly into intensive care. So I was like, yeah, it's lung cancer. I've got days. So when they came in and told me, they were like, it's heart failure. I was like, yes.
Oh, shit.
Because what they told me was like dilated cardiomyopathy, which doesn't sound that bad when you first hear it.
Yeah.
That could be all right. But I was so happy that it wasn't cancer. Then they explained to me what cardiomyopathy was. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not dying of that. I'm dying of something else.
Yeah.
And my heart function was 8%. Yeah, it was not working. So I spent like a couple of weeks on oxygen while that sort of started to build up again, and it took ages.
Do you ever think of how that could have ended if you was on stage and they said, "Listen, the headliner can't make it, and we need you to fill like what happened in Rotterdam"? Do you ever do those things start crossing your mind?
Everything crosses my mind of the what if now. What if I weren't sat next to the paramedics?
Yeah.
What if I didn't go to the hospital?
You could have been in business class by yourself.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Going through this, man.
It was nuts. It was there's so many different times where I think back to it and go, there's so many things that nearly happened.
Yeah.
But now, this is what makes me more positive because now I know what worse looks like. So this part feels like a sequel.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting to go like I little things. I haven't smoked since 2019. Never didn't drink for a couple of years either.
Yeah.
Like just went for a bit of a reset, and my relationship with everything has now changed because I know what worse looks like.
Yeah, of course. How do you look at the future of the job that you do now as a stand-up? Because I feel like your route into stand-up was like almost like, you know, you had been able to take what you had learned from the stage in some ways and other jobs like IT and being a doorman, and it feels like you've put this all, you know, into stand-up in a way that like sometimes people's stories are much different of like, I done my first show, I was, you know, not to say you was really nervous, but
I'm still nervous now.
But almost like there is nerves, but there's a level of confidence that like you need for stand-up that just can surpass the nerves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, any performer has nerves. Like I have nerves.
I think if you're not nervous, you're doing something wrong.
Oh yeah. It's some psychotic thing still. You gotta be nervous, man. But like having the confidence though to really like hone in on your craft, but almost kind of, you know, to know that you're not feeling well on stage, but you're like, show's still gonna go on in
That's
some
the
ways.
theatre.
Do you know
Show
what I mean?
must go on.
Yeah. So like, how do you look at your rent? Because you're saying like you know you're a family man, you've got children, and you know, it's interesting hearing someone say, well, when my son came, I said no to more things than I said yes to. So how do you look at towards like where your career is now, but also to the end, as opposed to, you know, like, is it looking at an end goal? Because one of your goals was to be on Live at the Apollo.
Yeah.
So do you think there is an end goal where you're like, I want to get to that?
Oh no, I have an end goal.
Yeah.
I have an end goal. And that's the thing that a lot of comics don't know. We just keep going.
Yeah.
We just keep going. I have an end goal. I've thought about this. There's a price to my happiness, and it's 4 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, in one go or within the year?
Within a period of time.
Okay.
So my goal is, if I can I want to work towards doing a 400,000 ticket tour over 2 years.
Yeah.
You get a big tour like that. After that, I'd be happy to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because then I get to live.
Yeah, man. No way.
Yeah.
You're out. But you could sell then 1 million tickets. Are you not fast?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, now that I've seen worse, like coming through that,
Yeah,
your
man.
value of thing changes. Because there's going to be, after a certain, there's like, if you look at sort of riches and money and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you'll start from having like your working class, you're living paycheck to paycheck. And especially with comedy, like one of my first goals was I want to get to a point in comedy where I can take the weekend off because I feel like it.
Yeah.
And then I got there, I was like, this feels nice. Like, bills are paid, kids are happy, belly's full. Do you know what I mean? I'm good. And then if you get to a part where you're rich, great. Rich up here.
Yeah.
I'm liking that.
Yeah.
But then you go past rich and you become wealthy. And I think the difference between rich and wealthy is rich, you can take the week off. Wealthy, you're always working.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Beyonce don't get a weekend off.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what? Beyonce is Beyonce all the time. Bill Gates don't get to, Bill, we need you. But I'm on a holiday. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Look, this is your company.
Yeah, man.
And then past wealth, you go power, which is where you get into dangerous territory because that's the one thing you're not letting go of.
Yeah, man.
And I don't want to be anywhere near that. Like, if I get to a place where I'm rich and my family's looked after and I don't have, because then everything, if I want to go and do someone's charity corner night, I can do. If I want to go and do the store for the weekend, I can do.
So where are you now? Like, are you at decent?
Now I'm a decent.
Decent's all right.
This is where I'm at, and it's so weird to think, when you come from sort of a background where you didn't have loads growing up, what you consider to be decent, like now, and this is my brag, when I go to fill up petrol, I just fill it up to the clicks. Fill it up to the clicks and I pay it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like,
hey, bro, I do that.
That's the one, isn't it? Do you remember back in the day? You got £7.12. You go and you stop at £7. Have you ever been in a petrol station where you've got £7.14? You meant to go, look, boss man, look, I meant to put $7.12 in. Like, I went over. I've got no cash.
Yeah.
Like now, clicks. And the first time I did that, I didn't realise. I was on the phone. And I was like, I stopped my car afterwards. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Full tank, boy.
Full tank. And I'm just yeah, done.
Do you do that thing where it clicks and you still keep putting it in?
Yeah.
Until it can't click no more?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's funny, man. I thought it was just me, boy.
that was, in my mind, I was like, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's been so fun having you on the pod, man. I think you're probably the first guest we've had on the pod who's just like, nah, I know the end. Like, I know the end goal. And I really do, I really do hope you achieve it. And I can see you achieving it because you seem like the way that you're the architect of your own design, where you're like, I know I'm doing this and that's going to happen with that. And this will tie into place with this. And the fact that you're like, I'm going to Edinburgh. I like doing it. And you're someone who you're one of the first comics I've met in a long time that's like, I like doing it. I like, getting to perform. And if you're selling out shows and doing it, it's a different vibe to if you're not selling out shows.
This
do you know
is
what I mean?
Privilege of what we get to do. We get to literally wake up and do your dream job. I've said that on stage. I'm like, I'm so thankful that you guys have come. Like, I never come see any of you at work. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm at work now. It's amazing when you get to have that. So I'm like, treat it as a privilege.
Yeah. Oh man, this has been a pleasure, man. Honestly, like, so yeah, that petrol one. Every time I fill up now, I'm gonna. In my head, I was just like, I get a full tank, innit? But listen, where can people get the tickets as well?
Actually, everything. EmmanuelStandup.com.
Okay.
I put all of my tickets on there.
All of the tickets are on there. So even if they don't go to the Fringe, they can find other tickets on there.
Yeah. Everything. Look, all my Instagram, everything is EmmanuelStandup.com. All of the stuff's on there.
Oh, Emmanuel, it's been a pleasure, my friend. This has been your beginning, middle, and an end. Thank you so much, bruv. I really, really appreciate that.
Hey, what's up?
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. Now, a lot goes into making each episode. I know you hear my voice, but there's a team behind the scenes who help make it. And if you did enjoy it, I'd really, really appreciate if you could show the love to them by giving us 5 stars. And if you also have the time, please leave us a review. It's always appreciated, and we love reading the comments. And of course, we want to keep making it better. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. Peace.